your thoughts on the issue of ticketing, because as much as we are celebrating the Harambee Stars yesterday, there were fans who tried to force their way in because either they were told the tickets that they bought, that had been bought in bulk and they purchased, were scanned already at the gate. Even during the first match, there were questions around why are not all the seats occupied, right, at Kasarani? I think that was against DRC. Your thoughts?
FKF has done a good job. And by the way, when you talk about the 1 million, it's good to remember that the leadership of KFF under Hussein this time has managed the affairs of football in the country. Remember, they did their first election, deputized by Mariga, and there are a number of things they've done, getting them a coach, the technical team. That has never happened before. And therefore, FKF has lived true to its course, because the football in Kenya is not steered by the ministry. It is steered by FKF under the FIFA rules. And anything that is done right now for Harambee Stars, it can only be done by the leadership of FKF. Ticketing is still a problem. The online thing seems not to be working. We also have more supporters than we can accommodate. The stampedes that you see, they're just teething issues. Remember, it's quite a long time. When Moi was president is when we had such crowds on football matches. But this is even more, because what is happening, because of the location of Kasarani, remember it is in one of our densely populated areas in Nairobi, and even those who miss out on tickets go around to hang around there. So maybe we need another strategy of putting in screens in different places so that we try and accommodate more people, because the stadium at Kasarani, I was told, I think it holds about 30,000. And at the renovation it was supposed to hold about 30. But what we have, it's like you have 70,000 people on the street and they want to watch the game. That still is a problem. FKF needs to rethink the strategy. I'm sure those are part of the things that they might want to do, because we might end up holding other major games in the country. But what I'm impressed the most is that they are peaceful people. Slight challenges here and there, those are things we can improve. But so far, so good. And I think it's the Kenyan spirit also. When your game is happening, and it's the first time we're in Chan. Okay. So it's a big thing. Okay. How about you, Dr. Lo?
I think there are two ways to look at it. One is that the stadium is small, and even if everybody wanted to be there, it's not possible. Two, ticketing is a way of raising money. And if you can manage to sell all the tickets, whether people come in or not is not the issue, because the tickets are sold out. If you look at the Premier League right now, tickets are sold way in advance. So you buy, and if you fail to turn up, of course, that's a gone story. The seat might be there vacant. But that said, I think we also need to continuously, I mean, I think I like what Mheshimiwa is saying. You can still watch that match. You do not have to break a leg or break a rib in order to get into that stadium. You can watch it on the screen. You can, we can find other ways of doing so, at least for now. Okay. Because even if we wanted to, we are more than 30,000 people at any one time. We can't fit in any one stadium. So let's just appreciate ourselves.
All right, Mheshimiwa Sisio?
Sports and arts in this country should be given a high value premium, even in terms of payments. To turn up physically to watch sport of that nature or a performance, you pay very well and pay heavily. So within the context, framework and philosophy of monetizing, then we must strengthen the ticketing system of our sports, not only in the Chan, but even across the country. Because if we need to monetize the creative economy and football, then we must have a very efficient and effective ticketing system that enables FKF to collect the so desired revenue. And I think as a country going into the future, to monetize the football and creative economy, then we must put a very high value and effective ticket payment and collection system. And therefore, these fraudsters who come in are spoiling the broth. Those who are selling tickets and those who are also victims of buying wrong tickets, I think is the wrong thing to do. What we need is a clean, a super clean system within the sports, that if I so choose to go to Moi Sports Center Kasarani, the ticket that is sold to me reserves me a seat automatically. And the reasons of not getting a seat really should not arise. And the tickets that are sold in accordance to the space that is available. So I think some of the bit of corruption and inefficiencies within the FKF and ticketing system must be dealt with. And it is possible to deal with it. Let's make it clean. The players are now doing their bit, but then the management should also do their bit. And that is how to create a sustainable system of sustaining a well-monetized creative economy that is beneficial to our youth, to the extent that even organized shows, music shows in our localities can be ticketed very well, and it can benefit our performing artists wherever they are. So as a country, this is a new form of economic system that can employ so many youth and that can transform lives. So we must value it. We must give it the value it deserves. Get rid of corruption and make sure that the ticketing system is strong, clean, and it benefits both the organizers, the management, and the participants and the players.
Okay, Fred?
I think the issue of ticketing is a concern, and there have been allegations of someone holding the tickets, then trying to interfere, but I think those are issues that can be dealt with. The value of attending a physical match when you are hosting is the highest value that any Kenyan can experience. So Kenyans would want to watch it live if it is happening in their country. But there's nothing wrong with mounting screens in most parts of the country for those who are not able to make it to the stadium. I think that's something that FKF and the partnership would consider. And lastly, I think it is in the interest of Kenyans to appreciate the efforts that have been made towards these issues. For a very long time, Kenyans wrote off Harambee Stars. In fact, Kenyans used to say that, they'll still lose. But this time, they are disapproving Kenyans, and they are making progress. We can only support them. These are our brothers. We can only support them. The only time that we can be patriotic enough is when our country is competing in an international competition. We can leave the politics aside and rally together toward the support that we can give these young boys so that they succeed. If they succeed and win, we all win. That is what we want to see. So we appreciate what they're doing, and we would want to encourage more people to come on board and support. Pledge to support. Don't just wait for the Ruto's 1 million. The people can come up and say, when they win, we can also give these, we can give this, we can give this. That will motivate them. You never know, Olive. We might be talking about the Chan Champions 2025. You never know.
All right. So I know we started on a high, but